welcome back to T20 Minutes with Leicestershire County Cricket Club. I'm Emma Coney-Rare. This is episode 2 and we're going to be speaking to one of England's most promising fast bowlers, Josh Hull. Should we go meet him? Thanks so much, Josh, for joining us ahead of the T20 Vitality Blast. Now, we're really excited to talk about your preparations going into it. But let's just go right back to the beginning. How did you get into cricket and how old were you?
Yeah, so I think growing up, I played a very wide variety of sports. But I think I was probably properly about under 9s at club. And it's all just went through the age groups there. But I was always in the garden, kind of, whether it was my grandma or parents, always kind of, with your plastic bats, kind of hitting balls in the garden. So I was always, doing it from a young age.
So who would you say, within your family, kind of got you into cricket a little bit?
Yeah, so I think my dad's side was never much to do with cricket. He was very kind of rugby. So I played that a lot growing up as well. But it was more, my mum's side, so my grandma was always big into it, like she played a bit.
Really? That's amazing.
That's the ladies. And then her brother, so my great uncle, he actually played at Worcester as well. So I suppose that sort of side, and I suppose just, naturally growing up with it, I suppose that's where it all started really, so.
What did your dad say that you didn't go into rugby, you went more into the cricket instead?
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously, he was big on rugby growing up. He never played cricket, but he's, just...
Now, he can't complain, let's face it. You're doing exceptionally well.
I've got a younger brother as well he's big into his rugby, so he's got him as well. So,
that's always good.
Yeah.
Did you go to any of the cricket games when you were younger?
You know what, I didn't watch heaps. I think I probably went to, I remember Dad took us, probably our only day out ever actually. We went to Edgbaston. would have been about 13 maybe, to watch test match. I think it was England v Pakistan, day 5. It was actually a great day, and I think we won. But obviously, I would have been maybe even younger than that. 12, and I suppose I didn't understand cricket amazingly well in terms of test match. So it was more just going there and watching it.
I suppose when you're younger, it's not as easy, is it? Because it goes over days, and it's more about the endurance and stuff. Was there any idols that you were just like, oh God, I can't help but just watch?
I remember, to be fair, Stuart Broad was playing that game. I remember watching him run in, and I just remember seeing his blonde hair, and I was like, he's good and all this. And but I think growing up, I never really had anyone sort of specific. It's only sort of recently now sort of learned my game. You can kind of match them to other people and think, I want to be like that. But growing up, I suppose there was quite, a few players I always sort of liked, but there was no one individual who I kind of was like, this is it.
So you just touching on that there, where you said you look at the different cricket players over the time and you kind of match yourself to that. Who would you say you are the closest match to? Yeah,
so I think obviously now Mitchell Starc's the one I've sort of spoken a lot about. I think sort of similar height, left arm.
Yeah.
In terms of what he does, the ball is very similar to what I want to kind of do as well. So he's someone I always enjoy watching and kind of almost want to imitate, I guess.
Do you look at all of his past games and do you analyse what he does, and then you go into training the next day and I'm going to try something different?
He's always one I sort of look out for on live streams and stuff. Or my Instagram feed seems to be, my search page is just him everywhere. So he's the obvious one, I feel, for me, who I sort of watch a lot of. And
but I love a bit of Instagram algorithms to tell you what you're obsessed with. But that's amazing. Now, last year you went and played for England. Congratulations, that's incredible. Was it nervous getting the call up? Were you excited? How did it come about?
I think it also came as a bit of a surprise, to be honest. So I was down playing a 4-day game at Bristol against Gloucester, and I had the phone call when I was in the hotel that night. We just finished day 3, and it was Badger called me and was then you can join the test squad, you come down to London tomorrow, sort of thing. And I suppose that was all pretty crazy. Pretty hectic the next day, so I get myself down there and leaving that game, and just a bit surreal really. And then
wow, so you was currently playing a game at the time, and then you were just sorry, you've got to come down to...
So
wow.
Obviously luckily didn't do too much the next day. I think we just batted for a draw.
So I
sort of just sat around. shook hands at 4-5, and then they went to Cardiff, I went back home, and then got myself down to London, the next day.
Oh, that's incredible. Do you know whenever you have the scouts in the stadium stuff, how does that work? Like, do you know that people are watching you, or do they give you a little tip-offs? Like, do you get nervous?
I feel like you always know people are going to be watching.
Yeah.
Obviously, either sort of on the live stream majority of the time. I think you obviously get the odd occasion where someone will come, but it's something I've never tried to think about. I think I've kind of just
block it out.
Yeah, I try to ignore it, and sort of not just focus on the game, focus on myself, and ultimately I think that kind of helps myself in just playing the best I can. So yeah, there's always obviously people watching, but it's just trying to block that out.
Definitely. I mean, playing for England anyway is like an incredible achievement. Like, they always have that moment, don't they, where they give out like your first cap and stuff. Like, who gave you your cap?
Yeah, so I had Freddie Flintoff, which was pretty crazy. Obviously, he's a English sort of legend. I didn't really obviously watch him growing up because he was obviously a bit before me, but I've obviously seen all the stuff he's done, and to have someone like him sort of say those words and give you a cap was pretty special. What
do they say to you when you get your cap?
I mean, he gave quite a long speech actually, which was lovely. And just all about just getting out there and enjoying it, and it was sort of the best time of your life, sort of playing Test cricket, and just go out there and express yourself and do the best you can.
Now, am I right by, your cap that you wear, you're never allowed to wash it? Like, it's that sort of, where did that come from?
I don't know. I think it always seems to be a thing where people like a cap really worn in.
But people sweat, you're playing a sport, that's got to be nice and crispy, you're not allowed to do anything.
Mine's just hung up in my room at the minute. So you just keep it as is. I think that's the kind of common.
What would you do if you lost it?
It's a good question actually. I think.
Is that like a bad omen or something?
Yeah. I mean, you can obviously get it replaced, but it wouldn't be the same because it's.
People would notice,
playing,
before it'd be faded, you're like, well, hang on a second, it's brand new.
Yeah, so that's a good question actually. I don't think I've known anyone who's lost it, so hopefully I'm not the first.
No, touch wood. Have you got any close people that you, close mates when you play at England? Who do you kind of look up to within the England squad, especially coming in at such a young age?
Yeah, I mean, so it wasn't that first morning when going down for breakfast. That was sort of the first time I properly met everyone, and that was obviously a pretty surreal moment.
Nervous, heart beating a little bit fast.
Heroes growing up in one room. It was just obviously I played against a few of them before, never really met them, but I'd say you got sort of Joe Root and Ben Stokes and all those guys who. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a bit nervous sort of meeting them for the first time.
Were you scared that you was going to say something wrong? When you meet your heroes, I've even done it, even knowing I'm a presenter and stuff like that, but when I've actually met some people that I'm idolise, trying to get some of the sentences out, you're just I can't even focus right now.
Yeah, so it was a bit like that. And then obviously even Jimmy, having him there and
because he helps with the bowling, right?
Yeah, he was sort of bowling coach.
Did he give you any amazing tips?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that Lord's game I hung around and was able to have some good bowls with him in the middle, and so having someone like him, being able to tap into his knowledge and his sort of stuff is like gold dust really. So
but do you feel like you're just settled into it now? When you bump into the England squad, you're you're right, mate, how are you doing?
I mean, obviously we're not obviously, it was only a couple of weeks, so but I think the way they sort of took me under their wing that over those sort of couple of weeks was great, and just made it kind of really easy to sort of come into, which was nice.
Oh, that's so good. Now, Leicestershire, you came up through the academy with them and then you stepped over into the first team. Did you feel like it was a real nice natural progression? Was it quite a fast progression? How did it come about?
I'd say it was a bit about, I'd say obviously happened quick, sort of from leaving school to then get my contract, or when I first got signed. So I was 18, just turned 18 out of school.
Wow, everything's really happened within the last few years. It must be wow.
Yeah, so it all happened so quick. Like I say, sort of then getting contracts and then having my first sort of winter here, training of everyone. That was all the nice thing. I think they sort of made sure everyone was here for the winter training. So it was it was nice being around all the lads rather than them being sort of elsewhere and then meeting them for the first time come summer. And
where do you do your winter training? Because I'm assuming you don't do it outside in the snow.
No, so we do it in the
so you do it inside.
So I spent the first 2 winters obviously here, training indoor, working with Alphonso Thomas, and I mean, it was great obviously getting to know all the lads and trying to improve, and then obviously led into the summer.
Yeah. So at what point did you know that you was going to be a bowler?
I think I mean, growing up I always bowled, and I think sort of being left arm as well, it was kind of, I was always tall as well, so I was growing up, it was always people sort of being like, oh, you're tall left arm, like it's not many of them, and I think obviously that was kind of always going to be my main thing, and then I suppose it just kind of really kicked on when I came here, I guess, on the academy and worked with Daffy, and then it sort of really kick-started. So
how did you know you was going to be a fast bowler though?
Yeah, well, I think again, sort of being my sort of height, I couldn't really get away with being a spinner. So I've always enjoyed watching people who bowl quick as well. I think that always excited me.
What are the tactics to be a fast bowler?
To be a fast bowler, I mean, there's many things, to be fair. It's quite complicated, but I just guess obviously I try and swing it. That's sort of my main sort of weapon. So
with your long limbs, levers, it just goes up a bit fast.
So that's all you try and do.
Do you ever keep records of how fast you bowl?
Not particularly. No, like I haven't been clocked heaps, to be fair. Like I haven't played many games where I've looked and had thing. But yeah, I sort of know roughly, I guess.
So you came through the academy and you signed your first contract when you was 18. Like the last 2 years, what have been your fondest memories of playing with Leicestershire?
Yeah, so I think, going into my first year, I mean, I wasn't sort of expecting to play heaps, to be honest. And I sort of ended up playing, I remember debuting all 3 formats, which is quite special. But I'd say obviously the main ones were, I think my sort of championship debut up in Yorkshire away. That was just overall, I think obviously to play the first game of the year away against Yorkshire, we're kind of favourites, we were under the pump, and then overall to sort of win as well, get off the mark. That was just like really special, and to get a few wickets and stuff and contribute as well was special. But I think the main one as well was then obviously winning the 50 over cup at the end of the year. I think sort of play that whole season with all those lads, and then we had a great campaign, that 50 over cup, and sort of to come out on top and win at Trent Bridge against Hampshire was pretty special.
What is from your eyes, what is the team like working with your team, playing with your team? What does that mean to you?
Oh, I love it. I think since I've signed, we've got a very sort of, the squad's been pretty similar, like we're quite young. And I think we all get on really well. We're a really tight group, which is great. And I think everyone's just come along so much as well. I think all the boys are great, and we all.
They seem like they've got good personality.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of them today, and then
a nice sort of range of personality as well, which is nice. But it's just nice how everyone kind of binds in, and it's just a real sort of team atmosphere at the minute.
Do you have some people that you kind of go to, or maybe people that have been here longer than you and stuff? Is there people that your go-to people, or?
Yeah, I think there's obviously a few guys all away from cricket who you kind of hang out with a bit more than others. It's definitely, there is that.
Well, thank you so much for telling me about your background. Should we take a little walk right now, and I want to find out more about the T20 Vitality Bath.
Let's do it.
So I suppose the big question is, what are you so excited about for the Vitality Blast?
Yeah, so I think we obviously had a good year last year. I think we just sort of missed out on that sort of quarterfinal spot, which was disappointing. So I think we've got a similar squad, but I think we've obviously all improved as players, and we look to I think we're looking forward to, just kind of getting stuck into it, and hopefully improving on last year, and trying to ultimately get through the sort of finals day and see what can happen.
What have you taken away from last season, and then what you've learned from last season, and then hopefully going to do it in this season?
Yeah, so last year was obviously my sort of full first year of it, which was which is great. And I took so many learnings from it. So yeah, I think I don't sort of try and overcomplicate it, but I think just trying to improve on my sort of skills and try and be sort of more consistent. And just sort of see where we can go as a team.
I suppose it's a different setup anyway. It's like the T20 is like fast. It's in the evening. It almost feels as like it is the start of the summer as well. Yeah. Like, can you feel like there's different energies in the crowd?
Oh, definitely. I think you hear more people here. There's all the Red Bull stuff. And I think, like you say, there's definitely just more energy around from it. I think everyone, from a spectator point of view, sort of loves the fast sort of T20 cricket, which is great. So yeah, sort of look forward to seeing everyone here again this summer and hopefully, winning games of cricket.
I was going to say that winning is like the big main thing. Like, what are you hoping that Leicestershire do this year? Like, where would you love to end up? Like, win?
Oh yeah, I mean, you have to sort of play to win, and I think we've got a good enough squad, which is exciting. So
I was going to say, how do you? I mean, like, of course your squad's great, but how do you know? Like, is it because you've got different people on the team? Like, what is it?
Yeah, I just think we got obviously talented batters that can whack the ball, and I think we've got a nice sort of dynamic of in terms of batters, like everyone's different, and then same with bowlers. I think we've got a big sort of variety of angles of attack, and guys have got different skills. Guys who better up top and then death bowling and all that sort of thing. I think we've got a nice sort of well-rounded team, which is nice. So yeah, we'll just see how we go.
What do you think it takes to succeed in like the T20? Is it the team? Is it individual? Is it like, what do you think it is?
Yeah, so I think obviously the games come pretty quick. And you got those awkward 2 tempo games in the middle. So I think it's just trying to, as a team, kind of be as consistent as possible. I think making sure you kind of as a bowling attack, like, can we keep the scores as low as possible? Can we take wickets in the power play? Same as the batters kind of thing, in terms of putting runs on the board, and how good are we at the death and up top, and so we just got to be consistent. I think that's the main thing.
Amazing. So if you had like one goal for the season, what would it be?
I think from an individual point of view, I think just trying to be as consistent as possible. Just making sure I'm contributing to the team as much as possible. And I think overall, as a team, try and win. So I think we've got a good squad and hopefully can do that. Amazing. Well, honestly, I wish you all the best. And I wish Leicestershire a very successful T20 campaign. I'm going to be here for the Open, and I can't wait. I think it's going to be an amazing atmosphere, and I'll be really looking forward to it. Awesome, thank you.